As Mayor Diamond said, he would prefer these 4 projects here today rather than a sunny day, any day here in Glens Falls. So we welcome you and thank you very much. Importantly, let us start this program with an open and welcome by our Mayor, Jack Diamond.
Thank you very much, Ed. Good afternoon, everyone. Glens Falls is the turning page today with the 3 interconnect projects along Hudson Avenue. We have a total investment of over $35 million today. Welcoming to the new Hudson Avenue in downtown Glens Falls is important for us. We can look out, we can see a revitalized roadway with new sewer, new water, new cement pour, concrete sidewalks, new lighting, and a dedicated bike lane, the only dedicated bike lane in Warren County. I thank Creighton Manning, Reifenberg Construction, New York State Department of Transportation for their help. A newly opened parking structure is just across the street. 507 parking spaces to serve the Glens Falls Hospital, this private mixed-use development, and the public. Within the garage, there are 6 parking spaces equipped with the electronic charging stations along with the LED lighting. Thank you to Betty Construction, Total Access, Highlander Engineering, Daily Precast, and New York State Environmental Energy Company. And to cap off the hat trick, our groundbreaking ceremony is about to occur. The magnificent 5-story mixed-use development consisting of 87 market apartments, 40,000 square feet of retail commercial office space. It took many days, many years, and many hours to assemble these projects for today's announcement. From the city's partnership with the Glens Falls Hospital to the interest and decisions of Sonny Bonaccio and David Bucco to build this project in downtown Glens Falls. We are excited to be partnering with those 2 developers here today. The commitment from $3 million in funding from the Governor Cuomo's Economic Development Council for the project, consisting of the parking garage, the private development underway today, along with the guidance from Empire State Development. The enthusiastic support from our legislative representatives, Senator Little, Assemblyman Dan Steck, thank you. An unwavering enthusiasm of Omar Usami, founding member of Aon Nexus and a member of the Capital Region Economic Development Council. Thank you, Omar. Together with the ongoing assistance of the encouragement from EDC, the city's local development corporation, the city's industrial development agency, and my proud common council members here today to join in on this wonderful project. Thank you very much.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be here today, and I want to congratulate the mayor, the city of Glens Falls, the IDA, the Regional Economic Development Corporation on the opening of this beautiful parking garage that is over to my right. This is certainly the first domino that needed to fall to be able to actualize a vision really that came from the man standing behind me on my left. And I want to congratulate the mayor for having the perseverance to seeing us through to this point. This is a very complex project involving lots of different constituencies with lots of different requirements. There were many days when it would have been easier for any one of us or all of us to say, oh, we're done, and go back to doing it the way it always had been done. For anybody who works in an organization that has 3,000 people, you know parking is a significant issue. We pretty much worked hand in hand with the city, with Betty Craig Construction, and we're able to pretty seamlessly end up with a beautiful garage without many problems at all. It is really our honor to have been asked to be partners with the city on this project as we look to revitalize the city of Glens Falls. If this is good for the city, and I absolutely believe it is, it's good for Glens Falls Hospital. This is an economic driver that is going to bring jobs to our community. The hospital will benefit from that as we continue our revitalization and our renovations of our facility. Just all good news, I think, for the city of Glens Falls and for Glens Falls Hospital. So I just want to thank the mayor for asking Glens Falls Hospital to be part of this project. And I know that I speak for the entire hospital as well as the Board of Governors. Jack Beniak is here today. The Board of Governors of Glens Falls Hospital was instrumental in approving plans to help the land transfer to get to the point where we are today to begin to see the rest of the dominoes fall. And we look forward to working with the city for many, many years and supporting city initiatives. So congratulations, Mayor.
Believe me, I love Glens Falls. This is my hometown, born and raised here, up and down the street. I grew up on 1st Street, just up off South Street. And in my day, when I was younger, Glens Falls was bustling. Downtown was full of people. This was the place to be. And in the interim, there have been a lot of years when it wasn't bustling and when there were problems with downtown. The Northway, the shopping centers, and all of that. So revitalizing this city has been an ongoing effort for many, many years. And I imagine the shelves are lined with plans as to how to do it. But it's done. And it has been done because we have had developers come into Glens Falls and decide that this is a good place to invest their money. So nothing's more exciting than being here and seeing this area being developed by Sonny and David, and having more people living downtown Glens Falls. That just creates more business and brings in more business. It really gives you your base. So I'm very, very excited. And definitely the parking garage. How long have we talked about a parking garage in Glens Falls? And where to put it, and there it is, and it went up in no time. So thank you very much to everyone who is involved in the state, the local efforts, Mayor Diamond for his leadership on this. Diane, definitely the hospital was a big part of this, and their Board of Governors. So looking forward to the excitement of watching it grow and being here for the opening of this great, great project behind us.
Well, this certainly is a great day for Glens Falls. I mean, weather-wise, maybe not so much. But you know, in my 16, 17 years in local elected office, I've been involved in a lot of projects. I certainly can appreciate, Mayor, the complexity of a project like this. And certainly in our line of work, you know, we're often known for talking in platitudes about the importance of working together and getting things done. And truly, when you look at this project and you look at the work that's been going on for the last 10 years or so in Glens Falls, the progress that has been made that the mayor talked about with the street investments, the water and sewer line improvements, the infrastructure. Infrastructure is near and dear to my heart because it is a big issue in the North Country, and it's certainly a big issue here. But you take it one step at a time, and then you set the table so that the right players can come in at the right time, and now you've got the private-public partnership, the second floor working with the legislature, Republicans and Democrats, private money, public money, the Regional Economic Development Council, all the collective brain power of the people that are under this tent right now, rowing in the same direction. It's truly an honor to be a small part of the bigger machine that is making Glens Falls what it used to be, and certainly what it'll be in the future. And I congratulate everyone that was involved, from the EDC to the LDC to the IDA, the Common Council, and our partners in state government, and certainly Sonny and David, and of course Glens Falls Hospital. So thank you all, and stay dry. I was not in charge of weather today. And, but speaking of our partners, though, you know, key to a lot of this, the Regional Economic Development Council, and no one has had a bigger impact on our behalf in that arena than my friend and our next speaker, Omar Usmani. Omar.
On behalf of the Regional Economic Development Council, I first and foremost want to thank Governor Cuomo for his support in making Glens Falls a priority for economic development in New York State. This type of project is amazing because it talks about what we can be doing throughout New York as an example of economic development throughout all our communities. Betty, I know that you have been a long, long supporter of what Glens Falls could be for all of us in the capital region, and I can't thank you enough for actually showing me what was possible. Talking about all the different streets that you used to shop at and what your father used to tear down in Glens Falls. I love hearing that we're building things back up with your support. And Dan, this has been a fantastic partnership. I appreciate your support of the governor and everything that you've done to actually make these things happen. Further, none of this could be possible without leadership. And good leadership in government that we've seen work in New York State has not gotten in the way of business, but has actually supported. Mayor, amazing work in partnership with the hospital and its board in actually having the wherewithal to get this accomplished. Without the partnerships that were made here in this project, we could never have my friends Sonny and Dave come all the way up from places like Schenectady, Troy, and Saratoga to little old Glens Falls. Glens Falls is great. I'm very proud to be a part of the city, and I'm very happy that we're able to actually have a groundbreaking like this. The first of many, I'm hoping that we can announce in the next couple of months. On that note, I'm introducing my friend, without which I couldn't get any of this stuff done, Arnold Will, our regional director for the Regional Economic Development Council for the Capital Region, and my friend.
You know, when the governor first came in, he looked at how we do economic development, and it was done have it one way, look at each region to see what's important. So you can set the framework up with the regional councils, but that framework doesn't work unless you get the funding from the legislature to provide the funds to the projects that we're here for today. So there's a lot of moving pieces from a lot of partners to make this happen. You know, as your representative has said, Omar does a great job representing that project, you know, in this region. We have now think of ourselves as a region as opposed to just parts of that project. And we love to see, you know, like one of the priority projects or one of the priority strategies is the redevelopment of urban centers. And so when you bring something like that, people don't think much about a parking lot, but it starts the pieces to line up for those other things to happen. If that doesn't happen, other pieces don't come into play. You know, so we want to thank all the parties that come together to make this happen, and we hope we can do this more frequently. So I thank you for this opportunity, and on behalf of the governor and the regional council, we look forward to many more opportunities coming forward.
You know, I've chaired the IDA now for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, and working on this project with the mayor and with the members of the IDA and the Civic Development Corporation. And so I'm not going to let a little rain dampen my spirits. This is a great day for Glens Falls and for the IDA, and I think it's important for us as a community to come together and to celebrate these times, because this doesn't happen that often. There's a lot of small cities in the state that don't get to see this type of development going on. So we're very blessed here in Glens Falls to have this, to have these resources, to have the commitment of people and the vision of people like Mayor Diamond and Diane Chagru and what you've done through this partnership, and for people like Senator Betty Little and Assemblyman Dan Steck for embracing and supporting that vision and making certain that our voice is heard in Albany, bringing the resources, some of the resources to bear for this project. And so congratulations to all of the elected officials for helping us to make this happen. I also want to thank the members of the IDA and the Civic Development Corporation for the hundreds of hours, volunteer hours, coming together over 2 years, the thousands of documents that you've looked at to make certain that this project was consistent with our mission and our vision. So thank you, and thank you to Ed Bartholomew, our leader, head of our COO of the LDC, the IDA, the Civic Development Corporation, working hand in hand with us to make certain that this happened. You know, I said before, you don't see a lot of these projects. I've got the pleasure of in my other life, my professional life, working on similar projects. And so I speak with a little bit of knowledge when I talk about mixed-use development. It's one of the most complicated things that you can do. And when you add to it the various different pieces, the parcels that needed to be put together to make this work, including restructuring financing at Glens Falls Hospital, the building of the garage, the acquiring of this land, and then bringing forward a project that will bring both retail, commercial, and residential housing to this area. That's complicated. Diane talked a little bit about how many times it would have been easier to walk away. Well, we didn't walk away. And what it did in the end is it attracted probably one of the most sophisticated development teams, I think, in this area that really understand and get mixed-use development. They've done it in Schenectady, in Saratoga, in Troy, and now they're here in Glens Falls, we couldn't be happier or more proud to have the Bonaccio Galisi team here in Glens Falls working with us. We think that the spin-off from this is going to be tremendous, and we can't wait to see what will come of this.
Well, like all good ideas, it kind of started at a bar, Dave and I, in a napkin, and we came up with an idea, and we put a phone call to Mayor Jack and Ed. And it was a brief meeting. It was a great meeting, and Jack said, hey, we're going to get together with the hospital. So about a week later, I think it was about a week later, we're driving up, and he looked at me and goes, what should we expect? I go, I don't know, 3, 4 people? We walked in the door, and there were 40. It was a long meeting. There were 40 people. But the one thing that we did when we walked out after that meeting, we got in the elevator. First thing, Dave looked at me and went, holy crap, this is serious. We're going to actually do this, aren't we? There was never a wavering time that we actually thought it wasn't going to come together. Granted, it was complicated. There were a lot of people involved. But there was never a thought that the hospital wasn't there with us, that the city and the land use boards in Glens Falls have been fantastic to work with. Ed, you are a champion of all champions. Thank you so much for what you did. So working through that process, once again, we always knew the end game, and we were all very fortunate to put the people together that we did, because I got to say we batted 1,000 on this one. I'd like to thank Brett Balzer and Mike Ingersoll on the design team that helped us put this together as aggressively and quickly as we did. And can I please have Joanne, Julie, and Laura raise their hands? All right, these are the girls that are not letting you leave until you sign a lease for an apartment.
Well, coming from Schenectady, we just got done building a harbor, and I think we're pretty damn close to starting one here right now. We're on the canal. I'm not sure where we connect here. It's a phenomenal city you got up here, and let me tell you, the reception, this is one of the best places to do business. Everybody should have an Ed Bartholomew and Mayor Diamond. They really should. Because even if you think about not doing the project, you get a phone call. No doubt about it. But it was. I mean, it's complicated. It's actually a 4-bank shot between the state of New York with a parking deck, the hospital, Diane, the city, developers. It's not an easy thing to do in urban areas. But, I mean, this is the progression. Schenectady, Saratoga, Troy. It's part of that team, and actually you guys have a lot of assets that they don't have, so you should be very proud. From our standpoint, on the Gillespie Group side, this is not the last project we're going to do up here. Any place we've done business, whether it's in this state or in Austin, Texas, or any other place, we've done a lot more than one project. Now, it can't be done without money, and M&T Bank is here, Charles Pickney. We don't use all our own.
Charles.
Charles, I'd put a sign up if I were you, but it's a commitment on M&T Bank to invest in urban areas. They've got a franchise that goes right across upstate New York, from Buffalo all the way to Albany and then down south, and they're a great bank to work with. So from my standpoint, it's a team approach, and you guys have done a great job. I'm proud to be partners with Sonny, and I'm proud to be partners with the City of Glens Falls and your team up here. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our guest speakers today. We'll move on to the next ceremony with the breaking of the ground over here. But before we get to that, I'd like to also mention a modernization project that has been going on over here by our wonderful partners at the Glens Falls Hospital, Diane Chereau. They're doing a modernization project over here for approximately $17 million. So we're looking at a total investment into this community as of today of about $52 million. Wow. Thank you so much, Diane.